implores you to go back and tell them to send someone just a little bit more impressive next time.
Red Dead Redemption 1 isn't just a quote-unquote lazy $50 port, it's actually a little bit more than that. Red Dead Redemption 2 has sold nearly 60 million copies of the game, and if you look at where Red Dead Redemption 1 is available at the moment, Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 are not one of those two. Xbox players can play it through backwards capability, and the PC players have the option of playing it through an emulator, though emulators definitely do require a bit of a higher spec to run it smoothly, and obviously it is not going to be perfect. A official PC version of the game would have been much preferred for many people, and obviously I am inclined to agree. But I feel one of the reasons why there is no PC version is because if you're going to bring it to PC, releasing it in the way that I guess it is looking now, you're probably going to have even more backlash. You see, porting it to PC is not just simply bringing the game to PC and that's it. No, there's more to it. Because if you're gonna have to bring it to PC, you'll have to bring it up to 2023 standards, you will have to make sure that it functions well, and obviously, in today's market, you're not gonna be able to just have a PC version that doesn't have a variety of different options. Bringing a game simply to Nintendo Switch and console is pretty much easier to do, and I think this is obviously where a lot more things come into play. I think most of us will know that Red Dead Redemption 1 has notoriously been reported on to be a complete mess when it came to the coding. It was even a miracle that the game even launched or even functioned when it did. Bringing it to PC, it kind of also means that you're virtually also remastering it and setting that bar of expectations even higher, because then the question becomes, okay, you've brought it to PC, which means that it's gonna have to run in 60 FPS or even higher because it's a PC version. Then also meaning that the next gen consoles will become a no-brainer. But are you going to be able to sell the game on next gen when the current version can already be played on Xbox through backwards capability? PlayStation doesn't have that luxury because A, they removed it from the server a few months ago, as well as the fact that, well, not many people actually have a PS3. PlayStation 5 players can then utilize backwards capability, so this, from a business point of view, made the most sense. It's the less resource intensive, they can outsource it to a different studio, which by the way, should be noted, is being run by two ex-Rockstar Leeds employees, which have also worked on the original game, meaning that this for the most part is going to be in good hands. And seemingly what we've seen on Twitter as well from the QA lead, this is not going to be a simple port, it's a little bit more than that. And I don't think that calling this a lazy port is really justifiable, considering the fact that you don't just simply, do copy paste to a different platform, especially with the way that it's seemingly to be looking. People have to remember that the Xbox version that is running through backwards capability is not being done by Rockstar themselves. That's all handled by Xbox internally things. I'm not sure what the whole technicality behind it is, but I know for a fact that when backwards capability was announced by Xbox, they were like, hey developers, you can have stuff through backwards capability, but you don't actually have to do anything for it, we'll just handle everything for you, nice and easy. All you have to do is give us the okay and we'll work our magic. And that's one of the reasons why it's running in 4K, I believe, on the Xbox Series X. I'm not sure if it's running in 60 FPS, I don't think it is, but basically that explains why it's running the way it is on those Xbox systems. Changing it from PS3 to PS4 is a little bit more than just simply porting over the game. There is actual dev time and actual effort that has gone into it. Now obviously on the surface it's not looking like this because of the fact that the game virtually is seemingly looking like the same, and we don't really know much about it, and Rockstar really hasn't said anything about it other than the fact that it's coming to the systems and there seemingly is no improvements whatsoever. So what this game is indeed just simply going to be a game that's been ported over from one system to another, with obviously the enhancements so it runs on the system in a more modern way. I do find it funny how they called it like modern systems, because is the Switch even considered a modern system? Is the PS4 even considered a modern system? Debatable, but regardless. The $50 price tag obviously is the biggest grudge here, especially when the Xbox versions can be played for $30 for a brand new copy. That doesn't even include the fact that it goes on sale frequently. And well, those Xbox folks have already got basically the best version that they can play at the moment. $50 is too high of a price point. Maybe 40, probably 30 would have been a better pricing for the game. However, because there seemingly has gone actual dev time into making sure that this game is going to be functioning on those platforms, I'd be inclined to say that that's why it's costing the way it is. Also, we're probably kind of forgetting the fact that the reason why it is $50 is because they can probably ask the price for it, because guess what? The market always decides. Everyone that's currently screaming on Twitter saying this is the worst thing to ever happen to mankind is going to pick up the game next week and scream about on Twitter how much they're loving to replay the game again. That is because Rockstar knows suckers are going to pay the money for it. Red Dead Redemption 2 has sold nearly 60 million copies. There is a large market of folks who are not on Xbox or have the capabilities of running this on an emulator and are on PlayStation 4 when they got Red Dead Redemption 2. And also the Nintendo Switch crowd that might want to play it as well because they never were able to either. There you go. A large market of people who never played the game, and Rockstar is going to make a boatload of money with this. I think we have to keep in mind as well that this is being outsourced, which is obviously making a lot of people nervous. I get it. Personally, I'm of the opinion of don't mock it until you try it, which obviously I am going to do. Follow me on Twitch. So I'm kind of mostly reserving my opinions about how the game looks and how it functions and all that stuff until I've actually played the game. Obviously, I'll be playing on PS5 through the backwards capability. Maybe we'll allow for some higher frame rates. I don't think that's going to happen because I guess a game like Red Dead Redemption 1 is probably going to be locked to 30 FPS for various reasons. If you ever played GTA 4 above 60 FPS, you know there's some really funky stuff going on. Bikes start sliding like crazy, and I speak from experience because I've been replaying the game on PC over the past week or so, and well, anything above 60 FPS produces some very funky and interesting things to happen. So that's probably why you're not going to be seeing this game reaching anything over 30 FPS, sadly. Red Dead Redemption re-releasing on PS4 and Nintendo Switch really is just one of those things where they were able to outsource this to a different studio so they can continue on focusing what's important to Rockstar themselves at the moment, which is GTA 6. I know I'm bringing up GTA 6 in this whole situation, but I think that anything that isn't GTA 6 at the moment that's being announced from Rockstar is going to be received with backlash and just sheer hatred. And it doesn't also matter how much you're screaming boycott, I'm not getting this, and this is the worst thing that ever happened, because we all know what's going to happen. The moment that they drop that first screenshot or that first announcement for GTA 6, you'll forget everything that ever happened in the past at Rockstar, and you'll just be sitting there on your couch waiting until it actually finally releases. And I want to make it clear as well, I'm not defending the $50. I'm not defending the fact that, you know, them just porting it over from PS3 to PS4 and Nintendo Switch is like the best thing that ever happened. Would I have loved to see enhancements being made, you know, a remaster or a remake or anything like that? Of course. Would I have loved to see it on PC? Definitely. Would I have loved to see 60 FPS? 100%. But I think if those things were actually within the realm of possibilities and the goals that they had, then they would have done that. But I think that if you're going to do a proper remaster and a proper remake, it was going to have to be done by the people in-house at Rockstar North or any of their studios. Because the way that I look at it, I don't think Rockstar themselves are interested in remastering or remaking old games. Why? Very simple. They're more interested in crafting GTA 6 or crafting a new experiences instead of just looking back and seeing whatever they can do. That's why those external studios are being hired, so they can keep focusing on what's important to them as well as the majority of their fans. Anyways, those are just some of my thoughts about the whole thing. Thank you everyone for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and become a member like Chloe, GTA Plus, Left Lane Looney, Apple Juice, Notorious Jam, and Better Chill Out. Which is ironic, actually, given the whole situation.